ladies and gentlemen, and just need a clarification. Did you said hot leader or thought leader? So I'm very...
It goes both way for you, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So it's a nice way of introducing the speaker. Life is very complex. Life can be made very simple. It is full of uncertainties, but then it can be very well controlled also. There are many things which happens in life, and majority of them are beyond our control. So far as my memory helps me, I still recall the moment or the moments which were told to me that it was a very dark night, almost 50 years back, and it was raining cats and dogs. And there were people who were quite worried about, and that is why I was brought into this world on 19th of August 1969. I do not say that why I was brought in this world, looking at this why. Maybe because, one fine day you will listen to me and what I'm speaking from here. So this could be one of the reason, but again, that was beyond my control. So I couldn't help it. Being eldest in the family, so I was very pampered, and still I am in the family. And as I grew, I think I was about 6 years old, I was sent to a place where it was very difficult for me even today to come out of it. And that was the school. So when I was sent to the school, I disliked it. Now I do not have the option to like it or dislike it. So I don't say anything. But yes, it can be made likable. So things happen and you cannot control it. And as I said, that life comes to you in very different ways. It brings you a lot of unseen and unthoughtful things. So I remember I was in grade 5, and it was a day when we had to submit the copies, the homework copies to the teacher. And my copy was complete. This was the good thing. But what the teacher did not like was, it was not at all checked from the beginning. So somehow she did not feel good about it. And then she said that, okay, call your father. I do not know whether to call it as fortunate or unfortunate, but my father was teacher in the same school. And you don't know how things happen when we talk about the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi these days. But it was very active that day also, because before I understand that I have done something wrong, my father used to tell me that you have done this thing wrong. So it was a very strong Wi-Fi connection. So my father was called, and and the teacher told that your son has not done the work. So I offended, no, I have completed the work. The only thing is it is not checked. So why it is not checked? And somehow, again, something happened. And that is that my father could not control his anger. And then I was thrashed like anything. So, I mean, all those who are school students, please get your copies checked. Or don't tell that, your father is in town. He'll be out for 7 days, and after 7 days I'll call. So that was the first thing where I realized, because, everybody was having sympathy with me, the teachers, because I was beaten in the class. And equally, I was ashamed of myself that, number one is that I did not do what I was supposed to do, that is getting the copy checked on time. And the second thing is that lot of anger, because I was humiliated, I was beaten publicly in the school. Things happen. During my school days, I was not a very bright student or very brilliant student, but yes, most of the time I was outstanding because I was standing out of the class for one of the other reasons. And again, it so happened that one fine day I was standing on out of my class, and that day again I was filled with anger. And very unfortunately, my father passed from that corridor. Again, I thought that class 5 will be repeated. But then I was lucky enough, and then he asked that why I was standing out of the class. And I have got very solid reason to tell him that this time I am out of the class because I am moving ahead of the class. So again, as a father, now he was very much angry when he said, what do you mean that, you have done your work and you are standing out of the class? He was a mathematics teacher. I was pretty good in mathematics. So during the summer break, we used to complete the course of mathematics. So what the teacher was teaching, I was almost 5 or 6 exercises ahead. So anytime, she teaches, I raise my hand, just only in mathematics that, I know this, which she did not like. And she, you know this? Okay, please move out of the class. I was not as smart as during those days. Now, children, they enjoy moving out of the class because they don't stand in the corridor. So when you ask the students to move out of the class, you will find him roaming everywhere. So I was not as smart as, but then again something happened that my father was very angry and he took me to the principal. And this time principal was also very happy because I was in front of him for something which I did not do. I was right. And my father said that, okay, change the section. So this is how my section was changed. So I was in section A, then I was shifted to section C. I was a bit happy going to section C because like me, that section was full of outstanding students. So I had a very good compatibility with them. Till today, I have very good compatibility with them. And then this is how the life started. I was a very good cricket player. In the school, there was a selection of football team, cricket team. I was selected in the cricket team, and then my name appeared in the football team. And nobody was there to give me the answer. So I was issued the kit bag also, and we went for the regionals. Kendriya Vidyalaya has its own regional sports. And I was there for 4 days, and before the match, I used to dress up, wearing these skirts and all these things. And then I kept waiting. And then the teacher said that, no, you are here by mistake. I said, whose mistake? I said, that we do not know. But it's your mistake, and we are not going to make you play football. I was not bad at football. I was equally good almost in all these sports at that time. But then I do not know that why I was rejected out of the cricket team. In grade 11th, I took humanities. I was not at all good in chemistry. So I thought that let's not take the risk. In class 12, I was forced to shift my medium from English to Hindi. So we had a very wonderful economics teacher, God bless his soul, but then he was really extraordinary teacher. And somehow we believed that my expression in English language is not good. And it was really very humiliating in front of the class when you are told that your English expression is not good. And that is why we are going to change your medium from English to Hindi. that, okay, it's life. It happens. You cannot say anything to that. When I went to college, again, this being outstanding continues, but now with a choice. So earlier it was the choice of the teachers, then it became choice of the mind, choice of the student. So it was a geography practical. My name was called, and the teacher called me that, "Sir, you are in BA Geography. I have never seen you in my class." Now what to do? It was a practical examination and you cannot take risk of talking something to the internal or external. So I said, "Sir, I belong to a very poor family and I have to work in the cloth market, 9 o'clock till 8 o'clock. "Oh, is that so? Okay, fine." And then, I got 31 out of 50. So I was very happy that 31 out of 50 is a very good score. But later I came to know that, no, this is a standard that 60% in every student will get into that. But anyhow, it happens. It's life. One fine day after completing my graduation, I took admission in MA Geography, and I was sitting in the study room. And something happened that, a girl and a boy came and they thought that I am the professor. So again, I came to know that what my worth is. And they were very polite and asking me about the process of admission and all, and I guided them very well. And then, from that particular day, I became extra regular in the classroom. So my attendance was 90%, more than 90% in both MA previous and MA final. And then I scored also very high, more than 70%. So my average was 73%. It is because of that interaction which I had. And since then, things continue to, as I said, that there are many things happened in the life. So the girl who asked me that how to take admission in geography, then I took admission in her class, just sitting in front of me. Mother of two wonderful kids, and doesn't seem to be a mother-in-law, but then sitting just in front of me. So now, see how things changes is that one fine day, during those times, the result was published in the newspaper. So you had your roll number. So we were very scared of that thing. And I used to play in the morning, and I told that vendor, if you get geography result, please tell me. And one fine day he said, "Hey, sir, geography result is out." Okay, fine. I saw my number was there. So big relief. And then I had a friend in the Nai Duniya paper. So they used to get the result. So he kept the result at the guard's room, which I was aware of, that if result will come, he'll keep it. I saw the result. So there were only 3 colleges, and I came home. My father was brushing his teeth in the morning. So first thing, he was surprised that a child who is coming at 9:30, 10 o'clock is back home at 7:30. So I said, I passed. Okay. I said that I topped the university. And all of a sudden, his brush slipped to the wash basin. What? I said, I topped the university. Oh, it is only because of your head of the department. I don't think so that you pass at the university. And then, life kept posing challenges. I got the job, was very fortunate to get married, and all of a sudden I lost the job. For 1 full year, I was without job. I got a job in one school, and they asked me to join when the school reopens, the first day of the school. I was very well prepared. I went, and then the principal called me and said, "Very sorry, we won't make you join." I said, "You called me to join the job. I have not applied anywhere." But then he refused that, "Okay, we never said that we have appointed you. We said that you come on the first day of the school, then we will see." But then some other was appointed. Again, it was a big shock for me. A married man who went all the way against the family to get married and now is jobless. every finger pointing at me. Then, as I said that, things keep happening. My wife fortunately got the job. And then she brought me some tuitions to teach at home. And I think we lived the best time earning 1,800 rupees a month. And at that time, Apsara was supposed to be a very elite hotel. And that was the place where we used to have our dinner. And first time we were introduced with Manchurian and all. Life, keep on testing us and all. Fortunately, I got the job, and it was good. I went for the interview, and I was so frustrated while giving the interview because I was called 6 times for the interview. And 6th time, and we never had telephone at that time. So first I gave the interview, okay, fine, we will inform you. Then I got a letter that come and meet. Okay, we will inform you. 5 times it was so frustrating. And 6th time when they call, I said, either I am going to, slap that person. Because if he says that we will let you know, I'll throw the chair on his face. You tell me whether you are appointing me or not. But very surprisingly, he said that we are going to appoint you as a coordinator. I was in need of the job. And my expected salary was around 1,500. And then he says that we are going to give you 3,149 rupees as per your grade. Oh, that was very surprising. I did not give a thought and I said, yes, okay. Because coordinator to me was something who is going to conduct the activities. CCA activities, your co-curricular activities, because we had a coordinator and she was doing this. But later on, I came to know that no, it is not about the co-curricular activities, but it is equivalent to the vice principal. Now, I was out of this world because I never thought of having such post. But then from there, a new journey started. I worked there for 7-8 years. Then I left the job. Of course, not in a very good manner. I had to leave that job and I joined another job on a less salary. Life again kept giving surprises, challenges, uncertainties, and then to face those uncertainties. And during these period of uncertainties, which I'm sure that many of us have gone through in the same or the other way, we enter into such kind of, a different domain where we feel rejected, where we have the failures, where we feel frustrated, where we feel anger, where we feel shame. So all these things which life gives us, all these things which happens in the life need some response. We have to respond to it. And it is up to us how to respond to this. Despair or determination. Either you enter into the negative notion with despair, dealing those things, or the positive part with the determination. Why it is more important to understand is that, the human brain which is works. So when you have these kind of situation, your logical brain is overlapped by your emotional brain. And the brain attach the meaning what you want to see. So when you have the photographer clicking you, it will click as you are, but the human brain, the human eye, through human eye, will not click as I am, as you are seeing me. And that is why we say that it's a lousy camera. It has got so many things to see what kind of mindset we have when we are looking at things. So when she said that, it's a hot leader, I was really very happy to be a hot leader. Though thought is also not bad, but then hot sounds better. It gives a different kind of image. So not to think, beyond the hot, but then, yes, how hot sound good. And why it so happen? Because we make certain errors which are known as thinking errors. And what these thinking errors are? Basically, your mind convinces you that what you are saying is correct. If I'm able to tell you that right now it is morning 8 a.m., fine, you will see that it's morning 8 a.m. And the best example of this is when we lie. So when we lie to people, actually, people are not believing that you are lying. People are believing that you are speaking the truth. So you believe that lie is true. And then we say that, yes, we master in convincing people, or we master in making people see what we are seeing. Because when we see the things, when we try to derive the meaning, it goes through a process. It goes through many filters, what we see outside. Then it enters into the brain. It is processed based on our value, our belief system. And then it creates a meaning. And to us, the meaning which is created is true. So this is how the process works, that what you see, what the thought comes in, thought creates the feeling, and then feeling creates the behavior, then it is the reinforcement of thought, then again the feeling, then again the behavior. So let's talk about some of the behaviors. Some of the thinking errors. It may sound that it's the class has started rather than the talk. But this is what, my profession is. So, and you don't have the option. So you have to bear with me. So there are certain thinking errors which are, of course not, I am not going to talk about all, but then something which is good. And the most important thing which I like is the last one, which is the disqualifying the positive. So whenever you are in certain situation, our mind is trained to look at the negative thing. So suppose you get a cake, and out of which a part of the cake is missing. What is the first thing which will come to your mind? Not the 3/4 of the cake, but it is the 1/4 part which is missing. This is where, the mind needs to be trained. What to celebrate, what to enjoy, 3/4, or what to be sad about, the 1/4. The choice is yours. Similarly, when we look at certain things, and especially to ourselves, we always set some standards for us. And when we are not able to meet those standards, we again enter into a lot of negativity about us. And then we start labeling ourselves, I'm not good. We start overgeneralizing that, this is something happened. So one negative event happened, and I say that, okay, fine, I don't think so I'll be able to do it. Or I am like this, or I am a failure. This happens many a time, even on day-to-day basis. What happens if my talk is not liked here? Do I need any validation of you people to clap and to appreciate and to give a standing ovation? Then only I'll be a very good speaker. Or I enjoyed my talk. Or what I talked was sensible. But then we enter into such miserable things which moves out of us. We always, talk it in terms of the locus of control. The management people will understand that what locus of control is. And one of the reason is that any such situation, we give our control to somebody, to the situation or to the person. And then another very important thinking error which we make in day-to-day life, and that is, jumping to the conclusion. So we are very good at mind reading. So when I am looking at you, I am trying to read your mind. That, okay, that person there is yawning. That means not interested. He's saying, oh, what a bore talk is. Or somewhere, they are just nodding their head. So when there is an eye contact, they start smiling. So that means that, okay, fine. They are enjoying. I do not know what is going in their mind. But then when people are laughing, I said, okay, fine, enjoying. Those who are not laughing, they are not enjoying. And at the same time, the fortune telling is also there. So we have certain parrots in our mind. So they pick up something and then we say that, oh, fine, this had happened. I told you. This is going to happen. So when you are going to give the talk, you won't be able to catch the attraction of the people. How do you know? I don't know, but then it seems that you won't be able to do that. And the worst thing which happens is that we start attaching everything to self. This is the part which happens every second in our life. That any negative thing happens and then we start believing that it is because of me. If my children are not doing good, I am responsible for that. It is because of me. If my colleagues are not working, I am not a good leader. If I am not a successful principal, because the results are not good. I am not a successful principal because I have got a lot of teachers leaving the school. And so many things. Now, the point is that how to work on this. And it's very simple. It's very simple that accept that you have a problem. If you are able to accept that, yes, you have a problem, 25% of your problem is solved. Then you need to set goals. Talk to yourself about it. Identify your own belief. Question it. Create a new neuro pathway, not in detail. And also need to understand that you, along with others, or everybody in the world, has a unique model of the world. And we are the king of our own world. So let's not enter to what is right and what is wrong. Think that these are all perspectives. So when you think that everybody is different, you never enter into right and wrong. You never enter into what is correct and what is incorrect. The way you behave, people say that your behavior tells something about you, but not always. Your behavior is based on how you are reacting or responding to certain situation. So you are not your behavior actually always. And the meaning of all behavior depends upon the context. You are in charge of your mind, and therefore you have to take responsibility of their results also. And ultimately, it is important to remember that things happen in life, but it's how we choose to respond to them that truly matters. So choose your response wisely, and it will shape your life. Thank you very much.